What's up, everyone? John Spalding on Steam,
So we can just start.
G1 and TOL
About ready.
on YouTube, TSP Productions, aka the Steaming Pile
Basically, as
Productions.
far as TSP Productions goes, I haven't made the actual uh, Lino account yet or anything like that.
Okay.
But I was thinking I was just more focused on a little more ideation. I don't know. I definitely just want to do a slow plan of like one of the gen type forums. I definitely want to do something like that.
You mean like where
And
we have
so
like a panel?
yeah, a panel
Yeah.
definitely like not on D Live unless we do a panel on something like that. But just like we were, and pull people out that we know personally or that we can talk to on Twitter and do that sort of thing. So I think that'll be a nice first step as far as a good project goes.
Okay. Yeah, I think that'll be cool too because when we simulcast to the different spots, hopefully, we'll bring in different audiences from the different platforms.
Exactly. That would be the hope. And
If not, we'll just cause a bunch of drama, which is also fine with me.
well, hey, I mean, I still am convinced that the more people that and people still don't know about it just because PewDiePie. I didn't know who PewDiePie was until I started streaming. So people that don't stream, which are the people everyone's complaining aren't on places like DLive because it's all streamers, right?
Yep.
I have a whole bunch of streamers as my friends, so I don't get a lot of people coming to my streams because when I'm streaming, what are they doing? They've got their own streams, right?
For
Tony's
sure.
streaming, Eric's streaming, they're all so
Yep.
it's just the way it
And
goes.
just so you're not thrown off guard, in about 10 minutes, I invited someone in here who has
Mhm.
never live streamed before, and I told her that she would be a good potential streamer.
Oh, okay.
So she's coming
Okay.
in to like kind of watch, ask questions, and I don't know, just kind
Nice.
of get
All
involved
right.
and figure out which way she wants to take it. So for
All
those
right,
of you
fair
who are
enough.
watching live, if you are a live streamer and you are watching us, come in and share your experiences with her as well, because Sean and I will only get her so far.
Yeah. Well, that's good too. Yeah. It always comes down to just having the courage to do that first one and to do everyone really. It takes a little bit of like, okay, here I go, putting myself out there. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah,
I like the thought of planning some town halls based
yeah.
around topics. I mean, I'm obviously all about that. I think that I think the key is to have good topics and then have a good pitch to people that we want to invite and kind of let them know how we'll facilitate it and
Yeah.
what we expect to get out of it.
Yeah, honestly, I really envision like maybe politics, civics, certainly, which is what we kind of were doing already. Um, but a lot of this just comes from the fact that, like, gosh, I really want a politics show. Hate to do just the same like steaming pile esque stuff or Gen or PRTV stuff type stuff. And I think the most successful stuff we did were those. So maybe just once a month if we get really efficient at it and it's really we make a lot or however
Mm-hmm.
you want to measure that we
Mm-hmm.
can do more but start with one a month and see how it's received and do that on the TSP channel and yeah I think that'll be a good
Okay.
first goal at
Okay.
least.
I like that, and I like you would put something in Discord about I go to TSP YouTube and you go to TSP D Live. Is that correct? Or what were your thoughts on that?
Mm, that's something that's off of something I posted in Discord. I'm
I
not
could have
sure what.
sworn. Yeah, you were talking about who would simulcast to the different streams.
Yeah, was that me? I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyways,
I thought so.
I think that'd be something maybe we just yeah we'll figure that out as
Because I
we
think
get.
that's important. I think going to Vim, D Live, YouTube, Twitch, or if we can, or if we catch a couple other people that want to come on, that want to go to their channel.
Yeah, I hear you. No, that definitely, and that'll be something we're still open to. Just the multicasting
Uh,
aspect of it.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, if we ever, I don't know a specific first topic or anything like that. So it might just end up being we ask a whole bunch of different people and build the topic around whoever we get first, sort of thing.
I
Maybe
like civics. Maybe we start with
civics is
civics. Maybe we can
well, yeah.
go and seek out some like civics 101 professors and
Mm.
see get like an email together and see who replies
Yeah,
and put
and
in
maybe
there.
reach out
It's
to some old
yeah, it's
guests who maybe aren't in the
innovative. You can
room.
join online.
I wonder if he's involved with the Sanders campaign again, or still. Our past guest had
Hmm.
just gotten the job, I think, when we were talking to him. So we could reach out to him again, and yeah,
Yeah,
there's definitely.
and I think anyone that spans the political spectrum that is willing to just kind of dive in with like here's civics 101 or here's some basics and then kind of apply it with a discussion or a debate, where we like kind of pick an issue and the
Mhm.
panelists talk their view on it.
Okay, yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Just
interesting.
yeah, just throwing stuff out there, just throwing stuff out, and we'll go
Yeah.
back and see what sticks and see what resonates with other people too. um I got
Politics on here is so like right wing, libertarian, like down with
it's
the
not
tax system, which is
politics.
great.
It's
But
not
it's like,
politics, it's
okay,
civics. It's learning how to
it's
talk to one another
yeah,
about politics.
yeah, true, fair
So
enough. Yeah.
that's what I thought. Maybe it'll work. For those of you who are watching on mine and on Sean's, we have a new number today, a temp number. We will have a new formal steaming pile number, Zoom number ASAP. I just have to make some final arrangements. My other account is gone.
Enough said.
Yeah, that's all I really
So what?
can say, I think.
Yeah.
So
What's that number, John?
it is 599
Mm-hmm.
401
Mm-hmm.
010.
0110.
Nope.
No.
No.
0110.
599
Mm-hmm.
401
Yes.
010.
Oh. 010.
So just go to zoom.us, everyone, and hit those 9 numbers in, and you will join us live. You can join live via audio, video, or they'll give you some dial-in numbers once you go to zoom.us and plug in, and you can do it that way. So
Right. Right.
jump on the pile, talk about some weird news, come chat with us about your life and how things are going.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always an adventure. Life's. All right. Well, let's see here. We got a little bit of time. Was there anything else? No, that really pretty straightforward. Settled that. Um, let's see.
We've already
I
made
guess.
an executive decision.
Yeah, I mean, I think we did. I guess in the next month, I don't know if we'll be able to pull something together this for May, but I guess it would depend on how fast we can get a decent guest, I suppose. But if you were to do it like late this month, what other days are you available or potentially available for if you get prior notice early enough? Saturdays, Fridays, like
That is a good question.
they'll get back to me.
No, I can do Friday nights. I'm trying to think of what. I have 2 weekends that are bad. One's Memorial Day, and the other one is the second week of June. But I think Memorial Day is the only bad one. And then the Friday, the 17th, or something like that, I can't do.
Okay.
So, but
Well, I didn't
Fridays are
write
good. Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays are good nights. Fridays, I just need to know in advance if we're going to do it or not.
Oh, okay.
Because I know there's one that's bad, and then I know Memorial Day weekend is out.
Okay. Yeah, that's probably fair for me too. Just better to plan it like that. So just in case we end up doing something.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Cool. 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 Well, I am gonna see here. Check this. We're streaming. We're going. I got some. I'm trying to do the whole like different setup for every instance of streaming, and God, I messed it up again. OBS, the one problem is I keep on getting it throwing away my scenes, and so I'm just constantly having to back them up, and like I lost some of the backups or accidentally got deleted or something.
Oh, really?
So, yeah, so I kind of had to redo
Like
everything.
drop frame, like not drop frames. Just it doesn't record right.
Like all the scenes all of a sudden are black. Like it just blackens the screens. Like they're still there, but you go to them and they're empty scenes.
Oh, that's heartbreaking, dude.
Yeah, rip. Yeah.
Oh my
Exactly.
God, I'm sad. I'm like feel terrible for you.
Yeah, it's lame.
Oh, that's
So there's that.
heartbreaking,
But
dude.
oh, I hear us in the background.
That was me. I was just
Okay.
opening up my Vimmer to see if there was any comments. I
Hey,
think this might be Rebecca.
Hey, Rebecca.
Hi, sorry I'm late.
Oh, it's okay. Thanks for coming on. What are you, 1 minute
Perfect
late?
Uh,
timing.
I needed tea.
Yeah, that's very
Oh,
important
there you
for live
That's fair.
streaming discussion. Is it? What kind of tea is it?
Earl Grey.
That's one of my favorite teas, actually.
Back when I was in college, my youth minister, he actually had this special blend. It was Earl Grey and vanilla, and it was so good.
I used to just make like iced Earl Grey. I would brew it, and then I would just put it in a pitcher and drink it. It's because
I
I've
it's
had that before.
because Earl Grey's caffeinated, I believe, and so
Yes.
it so it helps. And it's nice to just pull out this pitcher of cold caffeinated, not coffee beverage.
Not coffee. Well, coffee will keep me up till 3 in the morning, and I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. So
You wake up at
That would-
6:30.
my day job.
Yep,
I'm a bank teller by day.
that's right.
Nice.
So we do a lot of live streaming in the cryptoverse, and the crypto people don't really like bank tellers or banks.
Oh,
Mostly banks.
I'm sorry.
You're not making
Yeah, but
enemies.
you just
I'm
work
just
there.
teasing.
It's not like you're not the problem. It's okay.
So I get this is Sean S. Porter,
Hi.
and we've been doing like live streams and live kind of group discussions and all sorts of panel discussions and things like that since 2016. And I told him that you were coming in, and then I told our audience, I said, please guys, if you are a live streamer and you hear us, come into the Zoom room and say hello to Rebecca and talk to us about live streaming. And if not, you guys can put in the chat room some links and things like that, and I will get those to her. So, Rebecca, you have never live streamed in your life. Is that correct?
I've never done it before. So this past weekend when I went to visit my boyfriend, he and his friend decided to play a mean little prank on me. I like to play games with his friend, and his friend apparently does live streaming. And we started the game. It was Killing Floor 2, and he's like, "Oh yeah, by the way, we're streaming." And I'm like, "What? We're live?"
Mm-hmm.
And apparently,
Sometimes that's weird. That's like the old push in the pool. Sometimes, not thinking about it, and it's like, oh, okay, it's not so nervous,
Right.
wrecking.
It's like the water's a little cold, but I can get used to this.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was
So did
fun,
they
though.
slaughter you like live,
Actually,
or were they nice?
Actually, well, he was the one who was manning it. He was the one who had all the computers and stuff set up on it. It was, so I couldn't really see what he was seeing because he was in like another state.
Right.
But
Did you check did he have a VOD of it?
I want to say yes. I hope so because I don't have his number, but my boyfriend does. So I'm gonna have to ask him like, hey, ask if he has a VOD of that. Because
Yeah. And he will also be a good resource to help you kind of get started with doing that if you guys want to. See, the first thing, so I do mine on a laptop, and so I think that's why I have a lot of problems, because generally laptop machines aren't supposed to be able to push out streams. I would never be able to stream video games. That's why I stream Zoom, because it takes so much bandwidth to put out. Internet bandwidth and PC like power. But we use OBS. It's online broadcasting software, and most people do. There's other ones out there that you can use for live streaming. And then there's, I think the easiest way for you to start if you wanted to do video games would be to get a computer that has a good video card or a good graphics card, and then get a capture card for your device. If you game on a PC, then you have to have. I think you can stream from your PC. Is that right, Sean? And you can stream from your PC and play your game on the same PC.
Through what?
Can you play the game on the PC and stream it from the same one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So you can do it on that device. And then if you want to use a platform like a PlayStation or something like that, then you have to get a capture card. Something that'll capture that and then throw it to your computer.
Do you know where I could find, like, are those just on Amazon, or are they at, like, Best Buy?
Both. Both. You have to find one that fits you. I know Elgato has a capture card.
Amazon, that's for sure.
Right. Which one do you have, Sean? I have an Elgato, but I have I forget what my other one is. Starts with an M, I think.
I'm sorry, what are we talking about?
Capture cards?
Yeah, all I've got is an external Elgato.
That's the most, or I think that's the most cost effective.
Elgato? Like gato, like cat in Spanish?
There it is. Oh, hold the back up, Sean, so she could see it.
Yeah. Elgato. Okay.
Yeah. Just a tiny little thing.
But
it's cool because then you can just take it anywhere. And I don't have to use that for streaming through PC. I just use that for streaming PS4. You can use it for other console streaming, and you can use it for I hook my DSLR camera up to it and it'll stream. So I was doing a couple barbecue cooking streams with it out back as the weather gets nice.
Sharon is watching, Vim TV developer. What's up, Sharon? You can come on in if you want and say hi.
Hey,
you can also come help Rebecca get started with live streaming. The other cool one, the other program I would learn even before you want to start streaming is OBS, and kind of playing around with it. Even if you're not streaming games, like figuring out how to connect the camera, how to bring the camera into the scene, how to bring the mic into the scene, looking at the different controls and the mixer and how to use that and get that to work. So that's OBS. Is called Open Broadcasting Software.
All right.
And learning stream keys and settings and things like that. And this is a
I need to write this down.
This is a VOD. We're recording all of it.
Okay.
We're recording all of it because you have to talk with us about weird news too, if you're able to.
Weird news?
Weird news.
Define weird news.
Oh, weird news defines itself.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, you're about to find out.
Oh, God.
Do you have
first?
Oh, go ahead, Sean.
I was gonna say our first story is not too risky or risque. It's I'm gonna switch here to screen share. All right, can you guys see that? Should be able to. Artificial intelligence gets tasked with inventing a playable sport. So basically, this is weird because it instantly reminded me of Running Man, the futuristic, this is how we're gonna come up with future money-making sports when it's all about the money and the moolah, just like it is in the NFL already, right? They try and act like they care about people, but they don't. Just like college sports, they try and act like they care about people. They don't. It's all about
oh my God.
So this is the ultimate.
Tell us how you really feel.
Future. Oh, you're gonna learn. Trust me. So get this. So okay. So they went and put in 400 different types of sports through a neural network, a set of algorithms, and they wanted it to kind of go through all these different sports and all the different ways people play them and the different rules and come up with its own sport. And it came up with a couple different ideas before coming up with this one, which is, I'm going to admit, pretty boring. I'm not going to bore you with it. You can read it if you want. Kind of ultimate. It was a blend of rugby, croquet, soccer, and ultimate frisbee. So like, I don't know. Soccer is probably the coolest sport out of there. I don't know.
Oh no.
Anyways,
Ultimate Frisbee is awesome.
people. Okay. Well,
Have you ever played?
Okay.
Thank
No.
you.
Croquet? What are you, the Queen of Hearts?
I don't know. Well, it makes me think of Heathers.
It makes me think of white people.
Oh my god.
That's the whitest fucking sport. Might as well get
That's
a horse
awesome.
and play some polo while you're at it. All right.
So you guys have never played Ultimate Frisbee, or you just don't think it's that fun?
I actually haven't, so I can't hit on to it. I would play it.
I
It's
think
fun.
you
Let's
like,
put the-
like, I think if you would have found Ultimate Frisbee in college, you wouldn't be here today. You would have a different life.
dude, if only, maybe running through the blossom fields of the UW campus.
Just like, swiping frisbees past girls, like catching it around your leg. You know how they can jump
Right.
up and catch it?
Yeah,
Oh.
you got the tank top on. The hair's still long. No, you're right, man. I can
Rebecca,
see it.
how about you? Have you heard of Ultimate Frisbee?
Yeah, they would play it on campus all the time, but I always managed to find some excuse to not do it because I was kind of shut in.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, now we look at all Sean's folders.
All the passwords come up. Okay, so here's some other ones they came up with. Raw early ideas. The first one is kind of when I instantly was like, yeah, this could go wrong. And that's an exploding frisbee relay where racers run on a track while discs that explode on impact are thrown at them.
That
I'm
sounds like something in
that-
a horror
This is what-
horror film.
Yeah.
That's
like-
what I mean.
like-
This is what
This is
AI
what's
came
gonna
up
happen
with.
in the next Saw movie.
Yes.
If they ever
Oh
make
my
another
God.
Saw movie.
This is
Yeah,
what
it's gonna
happens
pop
to the
up in-
program
yeah.
inside the Tron game.
Yeah. Yeah, the team's initial guidelines offered few instructions. Developers wanted to create a sport that was easy to learn, accessible to different types of athletes, and could be played outdoors or on a hand court in a wheelchair. Team members whittled down to 3 potential ideas they tested in person. But team members said they were shocked by the degree of creative absurdity and extreme danger in some of the ideas. Another one was a hot air balloon based sport in which players balance on a line tethered between aircraft and pass balls back and forth until they plummet to their death.
That's awesome. I want to
That would
do
be-
that.
Yeah.
I
You
want to
could,
do that
you can combine
already.
the top 2, I'm going to say, right? You got people in the baskets from the opposite team.
And you're whipping exploding
trying to-
frisbees at each other.
Fucking A, dude. Yeah, that's the future. Okay.
That's the future.
Yeah. Pommel horse sign, which is 2 people sit on pommel horses on opposite sides of a giant log and raw back and forth with a saw. That's just silly. They could add that maybe to like the
To
what
log
are they,
cutting.
like, the woodsman
Yeah, the lumberjack games.
Yep. An underwater relay race, which actually could legit be interesting or really stupid. I don't know which one. I don't scuba dive. Like the lack of buoyancy would mean it. All you're doing is going under shit. So maybe, yeah, never mind. Sounds boring. And a form of rugby with obstacles that require gymnastic style maneuvers to conquer. So parkour meets football. I could see that, right? Some hippie guy is like, parkour, and then boom. I could get into that. So anyways, AI, I could just immediately say, okay, so they're going to put in another point for, okay, what do people like the most about NFL? The speed, they like the, right? So I wonder if those things are attributed for, they're saying what the goals of the game, the rules of the game are, the tactics of the game, but are they putting in like, and also let's focus on it being speed because that's what's interesting. Like Running Man, that specific idea, or is obviously that's like a long played out show, kind of show idea. But obviously they'd get there by making money, so it just instantly led to me like, okay, that's kind of could go down. Everything can be painted in like, well, that's a slippery slope towards something else. But AI is always like that, right? That's kind of what's easy with AI.
It's like those memes that used to be where it's like this like we asked AI to like write a commercial or write a sketch, and I feel like it's just some kind of weird offshoot of that.
Essentially, yeah, exactly.
It is. That's where all of this is going. It's interesting. But, there are going to be some kinks along the way as AI is figuring itself out.
Yeah, like human destruction, little kinks here and there. Yeah. Yeah. I also thought it was interesting. This little, not weird, but just kind of like the peach basket soccer ball court. Like it was a well written article at the Bulletin, which I've never read before. Central Oregon's the Bulletin. So thanks, shout out for that. All right. So next we've got. Oh yeah. So we kind of visited this one again. This is Siberian permafrost exposes another animal here. Okay. Let's go over here. Boom. So, foal or baby horse unearthed in the Siberian permafrost. And the reason this is a reoccurring segment here, unfortunately, is
We can't see it.
because you can't see it. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Got to share it on Zoom too.
I did again. Yeah. But for some reason, I thought I'd kept it going. There we go. All right.
Oh, I've seen that. Yeah. Yep.
That looks like a weird cross between a horse and a dog.
It's a baby horse.
Let's see. It's a baby horse, not a modern day, obviously, but so well preserved that, as you can see, little hairs at the bottom of its
Wow.
hooves
Yeah, and mud.
and nostrils
Ooh.
still are there. And so they measured it and completely dissect this thing to try and figure something out. Apparently, they got and extracted actual blood. So they're the more unjournalistic sites are like, oh, it's the Jurassic Park thing, right? They're the clickbait. That's what I'll call it. So I went to Live Science, which is a little more tame.
I think you're right, Rebecca, though. That does look like a cross between a dog and a horse.
Like a greyhound specifically.
I can see that, yeah.
Then again, it might be the mud.
This at first I thought, oh, maybe it's fake because this didn't ring accurate to me. Like they're just picking this.
Is it
fucking
because
thing
that
up.
guy's blue helmet is totally not centered?
Well, no, that's exactly what you would do. Uncenter the helmet, man. This looks too staged, right? You would tell them to do that, right? But the fact that they're holding it is like, why would you hold? What if it broke in half? I mean, I don't know. I guess it's not that delicate. That's where they found it, in Yakutia, Russia. The Batagieka, which I'm sure I'm butchering, crater. And this is where they're finding a lot of these species. There it is again. It's beautiful. I'm sure it's cold as fuck. But anyway, so that's them extracting blood. Experts were able to collect body fluids from the mummy for further study. Scientists removed samples from within the hooves of the foal. So yeah, interesting. And also unfortunate, again, like I said, because we've had so many occurrences of this. Oh, come on, move out of the way. There we go.
So I put my Zoom window on side-by-side view. Did that change for you guys as well? Or, Sean, it won't change for you because you're doing the screen shares. How about your view,
Okay.
Rebecca? Did it change?
Yeah, it changed.
So where it'll have the cameras on the right-hand side and the article on the left?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Sorry,
So
Sean.
here's no, you're fine. This is the bison mummy, one of the first of that species found. Very impartial compared to the foal we just saw, but also in Siberia. And so on and so on. A baby mammoth, a woolly rhino, which you could hardly recognize. A cave lion. This one was interesting because apparently it suffered from its den probably being collapsed. And so it's kind
What
of
is that? That's a cave lion?
It's but they think it's a cave lion or a lynx kitten from the Ice Age. Also, in
I agree,
Eastern
Rebecca.
Siberia.
That looks sad.
Poor baby.
It is sad. So, baby mammoth as well, and
Where's the
most
baby mammoth?
I'll show you the baby mammoth. Hold on, John.
Where's Manny? Show me Manny.
Where's the baby?
The Zoom share window gets in the way of me dragging the tab. Okay, there we go.
Yep.
There
You're doing a great job.
CT scans have revealed that exquisitely well-preserved baby mammoth from Siberia died after choking on mud. They think it fell in the thick mud. It was crossing the frozen lake and
Its
probably fell
its
into
own
the
parents stomped on him to get to the other side.
No, John. Jeez.
I don't-
I'm sure that's happened, but that's not what happened in this. It suffered enough, John. Don't
Rebecca, I hope my sarcasm isn't like making you rethink whether or not you want to be a live streamer. I'm only a fraction of people in this space.
Yeah.
Small.
It's okay.
There we go. Wow. Okay.
Oh, whoa.
Wow, that's not
Very
crazy.
well.
Hey, little guy.
Sorry.
Just mostly something is off with the trunk. Is it?
Yeah, it's like it comes out and then down.
Like specifically, if you just look at the face part in the trunk, it looks like something out of one of those scary stories that tell in the dark books. Like just change like the color.
If you
and
move
maybe,
it
like,
over a little bit to the left. Oh, no.
Just
that's
zoom
okay.
in on the face and the trunk.
There you go. That's perfect.
Oh,
It does look a little bit off. It looks
Yeah.
like well, it definitely goes down further than like elephants. I think tend to come out a little bit higher.
I wonder if there's a. Let's see. Get out of here. No real like. I was wondering if there was like an artist's rendering of what it would look like when it was live. But yeah, also pretty Russian area somewhere around there. Anyways, so the reason this is also a bad thing, also, the global warming is obviously causing these permafrost areas to melt, which results in us finding all this cool stuff, but also results in things like anthrax being released that was trapped in the ice. So this is from 2016, and I've talked about this before, but every time a new thing comes up, I start talking about it again. That these are just like the recently frozen, anthrax, 75 years old. But the more it melts, the older these, diseases will become, or these viruses. And so, this one killed more than 2,000 reindeer, sickened 13 people in Siberia, and was linked to the, like I said, 75-year-old anthrax that were released in the permafrost. So, this is like a zombie movie script in the making,
Mm-hmm.
You got a super hot summer and then another one, and then next thing you know, weird things are going down in Russia. Yeah, and zombies. Exactly. Boom. So kind of all-encompassing story there. Like, yeah, it's cool to make all these new discoveries, but let's remember that it's because of something we really don't want. If it's happening over there in such noticeable, amounts, then definitely in places where it's maybe not by the eye as frequent or as obvious, it can be alarming. So let me bring that up. I want to be able to close them or start straining the computer. Okay, so next we've got, bitch, leave your face alone. So this is people. Okay, so people got HIV because of vampire facials.
I heard about this. I actually heard about this today. I heard about this at work.
I think this is a new one. Usually, a lot of the times I find old ones. It's like, okay, we'll talk about it. But this is from today, so I think this is relatively new. And well, let's see what she has to say. Oh wait, hold on. I'll have to stop.
Yeah, you gotta stop and then do the
button here.
You're like a star Zoom audio sharer or
I'm
audio
getting
video sharer.
Boom. Oh, okay, I don't want to hear that though. Fuck off, Coffee Mate.
It's no ordinary creamer. Coffee Mate.
No. Oh, it's smart. It's like, oh, you want to mute me, motherfucker? We will go to a different.
Is triple churned and 2 times richer than milk.
Fuck Coffee Mate.
Coffee.
Fuck you, Coffee Mate.
International
Maybe we can like
delight.
see.
All day.
Perfect.
Can we start saying like out of tune really loud?
things
Like
up.
to maybe cover it up.
Oh, now we can't hear this shit at all.
Where the VIP spa used to be, and now it's closed. But if you came here for an injection-related procedure anytime between May or September of last year, you should get tested as soon as possible.
It's a situation that no one wants to be in.
That could affect your whole life, and it's like
Don't
one
do it,
simple
lady.
decision, and it's like it changes everything. So it is scary.
On Monday, the New Mexico Department of Health announcing they are investigating 2 cases of HIV infection among clients who got a vampire facial at the VIP spa in Albuquerque.
This is wrong for people to try to alter their face, and then the clinic to do that. That's bad.
The Department of Health closed down the VIP spa in September 2018 after they identified practices that could potentially lead to infections not just of HIV, but hepatitis B and C.
Health officials say both clients were exposed to the virus through injection-related procedures at the facility.
Why would anybody trust some random spa person to draw blood from their face? It was horrifying.
Dr. Dean Baer, the medical director at another spa, says people should always make sure they are going to a medical facility to get the vampire facial.
Check the certification.
Look at the woman on the table.
What?
Stop.
What the fuck is a vampire facial?
Stop.
So what
Okay.
they do is that they pull the
Go for
blood
it.
and then they separate it and then they
You
inject
separate
basically
the plasma.
Yeah, and then they inject it back into your face.
For the
plasma.
Okay. Well, for the purpose of.
It's supposed to rejuvenate the cells or something.
Yeah.
So they're okay.
Look at
Plasma
this. You see-
treatments.
Can you see
right.
this one, John, where she's got the?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh man, it's fucking looks. Why?
Wow.
Yeah. Anyways, so this is a lot of the weird is really sad, but this one's weird. This one's plenty weird. I mean, at least it's your own blood. But
so, how did 2 cases of HIV
Improper use and disposal
of the needles?
It's the needles themselves.
And this is just some kind of unlicensed place here that's doing this.
in Albuquerque.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't have a medical license. So you
Hola.
have to have
¿Sabías que
Coffee Mate sucks?
veces más consistencia
Coffee
que la
Mate
leche para una
sucks.
taza perfecta? ¿Desde cuándo sé esto?
We're not listening to Coffee Mate on my end.
Perfect Mate.
Nope.
Oh, shit, right.
So I'm here with Dr. Erica. What is the first step of this
Erica.
magical process?
So the first step is to clean your face. And then we put a nice thick layer of topical anesthetic so that we get you nice and numb so that you don't feel the procedure.
Oh, that's
Great. I would prefer not to feel it.
Things are fine.
Okay, so my face is
We'll just fast forward through that.
Pulling her fucking.
and get rid of that under eye circle that people have that they complain about, the
It's like, oh my God,
discoloration,
why
and
am I doing
since a lot of times you can't put Botox right here to get rid of those fine lines.
Anyways, yeah. So it's weird. It's being slow. It doesn't like it.
Okay.
I don't care.
That's fine.
Weird.
Audio was good.
And let's see. Next is okay. So sometimes things get weird. Sometimes old men get irritated. This guy decided to fill up a super soaker and squirt it on a lady, apparently because he was tired of her bringing her dogs to pee in front of his house.
Makes me think of that one song from Rent. The Cicada Evita just won't shut up. Basically, it's about one of the characters in the it's a musical, and one of the characters in it, Angel. They were basically like playing music on the street, and they were approached by this rich woman who said that she was so tired of this dog yapping and like barking and just to keep playing their drum just until the dog pretty much,
Yeah.
I don't know why it made me think of that. Maybe I don't know why it made
You
me think
tell
of that
us.
song.
You tell us.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess probably just that kind of. Most one thinks of the line, "This Akita Evita just won't shut up," and just like, I'm sure that basically, I guess probably that attitude that the person who was hiring Angel to do that, just made me think of that person with the super soaker.
I missed when Pensiv's comment came in, but Pensive said that put me off my easy peeler orange.
Can we put that on a shirt?
I'm sure Pensive will give you permission. You just got to send him some steam.
Gesundheit.
Steam is cryptocurrency. We'll send you
So
some if you set up an account.
Oh, okay.
50-year-old woman. It was his own urine, so I can imagine that procedure.
So he put that in a super soaker.
Fucking bitch! This is the last time. You know, like whatever. It took him like 5 minutes just to get it going.
Right.
Like, she's gonna be here in a minute. You know.
He filled it up so fast that there was a little bit of spillage. Ended up on the living room floor.
It was a mess. It was a mess. So, you know, I don't know. This is one of those things. Motive was unclear. Okay, so the motive was unclear, so I guess I made that up. But I can imagine it was something.
I can imagine.
Some kind of get off my fucking lawn sort of thing. I mean, look at the guy. You know, he's, you know.
For those of you guys watching on mine, come on in. We have a new number, or temporary number for today. 599-401-010 on zoom.us. Introduce yourself. Say hi to Rebecca. We have a couple more weird news stories to go, and we're talking about live streaming with Rebecca, who has never live streamed before.
I've never manned it.
I've
never
done her own, but I told her that she would be a good candidate for either live streaming her own show or live streaming gameplay or kind of wherever she felt comfortable going. I think you'd be good.
Oh, thank you. Well, I was on another show with John a couple weeks ago, and apparently it was a hit, or quote unquote, I guess. I don't know.
It was. Have you went back to see how many views that got? No?
I think the last time I saw it had 100 or something.
Yeah, that was good.
Oh, yay. Oh gosh, my nerves are coming out.
Are they right now? Are they out now?
A wee bit.
Oh, you're doing fine. But this is open space, so it's like you can come and go as you please without any judgment or repercussions. So if the shit gets too deep, just gotta close the Zoom room and you're gone.
Boom.
But you're welcome back every Tuesday at 9:30.
Every Tuesday.
So is everybody.
Something. Yep.
What's up next?
All right. This is actually the last scheduled one.
I'm afraid.
I know.
Be very afraid, John.
It's
after that last one.
This one's interesting and creepy, but not. It's more of like I don't know what your morals, ethics are, kind of thing. So we'll check it out. Boom. Let's see. Is this video? I guess it is.
Human composting bill.
Yeah, human composting bill was actually passed.
Wait,
and
like not just humans composting, like human composting?
Indeed, yes. Like so, like instead of a donor, organ donor card, you would say, yeah, you can compost
my body for trees and medical marijuana and whatever.
Yeah, smuggle
other
a couple,
stuff.
Grape seeds up your, and going blazing. You know what I'm saying? So that would be perfect.
Oh,
like an oak
dude.
tree or something.
I actually honestly, I was thinking about that a couple weeks ago, actually, where I would want basically a giant pot and have a tree or a plant of some sort grow out of it.
Mm-hmm. They do that. They do that with cremated ashes. They'll take it and they'll take your ashes, plant it in with a nice soil mix and either a sapling or whatever kind of tree you want.
Right.
And yeah.
If you want a less traditional burial, Katrina Spade wants to give it to you.
Farmers all around the U.S. have done this for decades now, and it's technically a form of composting, taking natural materials like wood chips and straw and covering a body with them, and over time, several weeks' time, microbial activity breaks down the body into a soil.
Spade is the founder of Recompose, a company that wants to give people the choice to become soil when they die. They worked with Washington State University to test its safety for environmental and human health. 6 people donated their bodies for the study. Spade says it's not just safe, it offers eco-benefits.
With cremation, you have
Good choice
the
of
burn
that star right there.
and emission of carbon and mercury and particulates into the atmosphere. And then with conventional burial, there's quite a carbon footprint from the manufacture and transport of caskets, grave liners, and then the upkeep of cemeteries. So you have those 2 options, which again, if people want those options, absolutely, they need to remain. But recomposition uses about 1/8 of the energy of cremation.
Okay, that's good.
And also has significant carbon reduction, thanks in part to the sequestration that happens of the materials during the process.
There has been some criticism from religious groups questioning the
criticism. Let's hear the criticism. Oh, is it gumming up?
Yeah, I was like, oh, criticism? No.
No.
The internet has no place for that, good sir.
Reporters say it's just as spiritual an option for them as traditional burial is for others.
First of all, we're trying to add one more choice for Washington folks. So it certainly isn't about making anyone do something they don't want. It's about giving another option for us to choose from. And I will say for some people, this option feels really kind of spiritual. The ability to return to the earth after we've died and to nourish the land again is actually something that really resonates for people.
There we go. Boom.
Frank Bacon said blazing, so I don't know if he said it for this one or if he said it for the previous one.
What were we just talking about? Would it make sense? It doesn't make sense here. We were just talking about
what?
No, we're talking about the super soaker of piss.
Frank, let us know which one it was. Oh my gosh.
But yeah, so this is cool. I instantly think, because we've got so much of conspirators on DLive, especially, that like I've heard with like the organ donor card, that there's a conspiracy that the government will pull the plug or not save people on purpose if they've got that on their ID, so that they can harvest it for the government. So I'm like, oh, that's what this is.
Right. You know what? I have no problem with this.
No, not at all. I probably
I don't think this is weird at all. Yeah, I don't know. How about you,
cheaper,
Rebecca? Is it weird?
Not burdening your family,
Maybe get what you could do is maybe you could do the composting and then maybe have have it be for a tree and then put a memorial bench next to it and have that be the gravestone, so to speak.
Oh. Yeah, you could definitely do something like that. It's actually really cool.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, and I like what she said there about just having different options for people to do what they want, and if it's legal, it's safe, and I like that it said 6 people donated themselves to research this research this process. Frank says no. Set the bodies on fire. White Walker remediation program. So Frank's on that different level tonight.
Have you ever seen? There's an old horror movie. It might be Motel Hell, where they would bury the people up to their necks, and they were like gardening people. No one else, just me. I was into
it sounds familiar, but I would never be able to place it.
Super corny, B movie.
Yeah.
So where I'm getting a lot of my stuff is from this place called FARC.com.
FARQ?
With a K. FARK.
FARK.
Yeah. And
are you okay? That's very Beavis of you. Like like the sex ed episode. We will learn about the penis and the vagina. How to fark? There's got to be some background joke between you and someone else, Rebecca, because
I was gonna say, yeah, it's comical, but
no, I just have the mind of a I just have the sense of humor of a 4-year-old.
Oh, okay,
that's
okay.
That's great. Then.
Fark.
Farkity Fark. Oh,
Fark is real.
John.
Yes.
Did you ever tell Sean about the thing I did during Amy's
I did
interview?
I did not tell him about your Cartman imitation. Your mastery of it. You should do it as Sean talks about Fark.
You brought it up.
You should only comment as Cartman.
Okay. So. I gotta warm up. Give me a second.
That's fine.
All right. Good, and good hit.
Why?
It's good. I like it. Perfect. I could tell that if you got into it and got comfortable, you'd start nailing it. It takes a certain. It's one of those ones that like everyone.
With my fridge and demand.
I remember when the Hella episode came out. Oh my god, everyone used Hella too much. Fark is pretty cool because they just, I don't know if I think people are putting these in. They just like drop the links, as you can see. And so you got just tons. And so I get them from here. And this other guy, before we started the Steaming Pile, I was on anchor.fm, the app.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a guy, Weird AF News is done by a comedian there. And
for some reason, it reminds me of the Redneck 50-50 challenge.
The Redneck 50-50 challenge?
Reddit.
Oh, the Reddit 50-50 challenge.
Yeah.
Never heard of that.
With it just being links, you don't know if it's going to be the real thing, if it's going to be one thing or the other. I'm starting to screw this up. Basically, it's a link, and it'll say, like, kitten in a basket or guy gets hit in the head with a baseball bat.
And then you click.
You click and you don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Until it pops up.
It's either real or fake.
It's either the kitten in the basket or the guy getting hit in the head with a baseball bat.
Gotcha.
And you don't know.
Frank says Fark is an awesome nerd news aggregation platform.
Yeah. So I get them along from here and along from that. So I'm going to invite that comedian guy on to a Weird News episode and see if he wants to, because I used to call in and do bits. So like I would call in and pretend I was the woman getting the vampire facial with HIV. Like it'd get risque, but it was so fucking fun. I would just call in, hey, this is, it was just a whole thing. And he'd like put them into highlights, and he says people hardly ever do it. I started listening to it again because I forgot about them. But with Anchor, they populate automatically to all the major casters. And so I do a weird one that people haven't heard of called Castbox. And finally, just randomly, I'm looking for new stuff. Every now and then I'll pop in what's popular, what's new. I thought, well, I'm doing weird news. Let's look up weird news podcasts. And his came up, and I was like, shit, I want to start calling into his show again and get him on. I don't know if he said he used to do video and then he went podcast, which obviously he's doing daily, but maybe he would want to do like a weekly one with us where we like go back and forth and kind of play off each other. So I don't know, that could be cool. So that's what I'm going to try and do there. And Fark is cool.
It was hard to listen to you when I'm reading Cincinnati.
Awesome.
No, Cincinnati notices there hasn't been a Chuck E. Cheese fight in a while.
Let's go to it. Boom.
What sparked
the
Melee?
Chuck E. Cheese in Sharonville sent 3 adults and a child to hospital Saturday afternoon.
Yeah, buddy. That's perfect.
Are we still shared with sound? I don't know. Have any way to... Let's hear. You tell me.
Yep.
Have a massive altercation here in our store.
Oh, is it gonna be a commercial?
It's gonna be Coffee Mate.
That's okay. I'm just muting. Oh.
It's like a big altercation. I need them now.
Several people called 911.
First, big major altercation, but I didn't hear a lot of ruckus in the background. He went to an office to call for sure. He wasn't trying to.
He's ducking out. He's ducking out.
He's not in the
middle.
Just
to know. Yeah.
It's like Willy. It's like Gene Wilder's Willy Wonka. Help! Police! Murder!
He's like hiding. He's like hiding behind Chuck E. Cheese. Like ducking behind the stage. Yeah, behind the band.
This fight involved a large group of people. One parent said she took kids to the back of the store to the bathroom to get away from the fight.
Oh, thank God.
You need to send the police to Chuck E. Cheese on Temple Road. A-side, there's a big group of people fighting. 10 grown men, and with all these kids everywhere.
According to Sharonville police, one child, a bystander, was injured and taken to the hospital. 3 adults involved in the brawl also taken to hospitals.
Grow up, people.
Someone's bleeding. Someone's bleeding.
Do we need an ambulance?
I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
Sharonville police not able to add much clarity to the chaos, telling us the altercation was already over by the time their officers arrived.
Are there any weapons that you can see?
No, there's not a lot of weapons. There's a guy that's hurt really bad, though.
Okay. How old? Where is he hurt at?
His face he's messed up.
Police have given us...
Okay, well, there you go.
Where's the video? Where's the video from the restaurant? Come on, cheap ass
information other than a press release.
No one pulled out. No one pulled out the cell phone. Yeah, you know, I don't know. Shit can go down. Shit. I tell you, Chuck E. Cheese's can get pretty shady. You know, it's not.
Maybe it's like Five Nights at Freddy's.
It's exactly like Friday Night.
And Frank Bacon just said Chuck E. Cheese is a badass news aggregation.
It sounds like a card for.
Two people left the scene.
2 people left the scene. Yeah. Chuck E. Cheese is on the run. Speaking of, I wonder. Oh, that one was from far away. I saw one of like a guy in a bunny suit beating people up. That was a pretty interesting one. But the one I was.
Whoa.
Uh-oh.
Hold on a second. Go down a little. Go down a little. Down. Thieving clowns steal sex toys, drop car keys. What the hell?
The butt plug bandits and the dildo clown thief. A bizarre true crime story.
You weren't making that up. Butt plug bandits and the dildo clown thieves. A bizarre true crime.
No.
Oh yeah, look at that.
No, that's
look at that. This is fantastic already.
Wow. And they went for long instead of girth, I see. So that's interesting. That is something. A wave of theft has hit adult stores. Peaches and Cream has been arrested.
With rampant clowns and suspected drug addicts pilfering expensive sex toys over the weekend.
Oh my god.
This is
great. I actually thought of the guy opening up the trench coat. Hey, yo, I got 12 inches. I got thicks. I got blacks. What do you want? I got everything. Look at this. Okay, so let's see. You got a lot of people on their way to or from dinner. Some are browsing, having a giggle. Some are there to buy for afterwards if dinner goes well. It's a really nice night to work. But last Saturday, around 9 p.m., 2 men entered the store, dropping a large bag at the door as if to show they weren't pilfering, she said. They browsed, inspecting the wares and expecting the wares. Okay, I could use one of these. Oh, honey, look at this. Examining a sampler for a prostate massager. Marguerite wasn't buying it. One guy was way too chatty and he started to get creepy, so I asked him to leave. The other guy took a pile of stuff and walked towards the counter. When he got 2 meters away, they just sprinted for the door.
I grabbed him by the hoodie and started screaming, "Help, thief, help." The street is chock-a-block. There are people all around. So Dumb and Dumber ran off like a cartoon character. Feet in the air, flailing about, and gift boxes they'd grabbed just went flying. There were cock rings, condoms, and a big bottle of lube all over the footpath. Then the charger for the cock ring fell out. He grabbed the cock ring, but he's got no charger, and it's a specific kind, so he's stuffed, really. Where was this? Like, this is different language. Is this in America?
Let's see. Well, I mean, it's called Peaches and Cream.
Yeah, but they're saying things. I mean, maybe I'm just, a little do-gooder from Ohio, and I don't talk like this.
It's certainly written. A New Zealand-owned business is currently celebrating its 20th anniversary, despite competition from online retailers like Amazon. I would say don't steal because now they're the butt plug bandits, but I could have recommended something that suits their needs. Stupid. Well, that's cheesy.
Right.
But interesting. That picture, I don't know. I mean, those guys.
I love
don't
that
even look
picture.
Like they had makeup on. What kind of fucking clown, if that's robbing things, doesn't put the face on? It's weird.
Do you have to go all out? Do you have to go all clown? Can't you just wear the?
Robbery,
Oh, well, that's a good
what I'm saying.
point.
In a
Yeah,
robbery,
yeah.
What is a better time
Like,
to
why
do
would
it
you?
than-
Right.
Otherwise, what the fuck are you doing? Just dressing up like a clown?
They're just dressing up like clowns. They weren't expecting to get.
2016 called back. 2016 called. They want their meme back.
That's true. That would be. Look at that. They wouldn't. This is just odd.
New Zealand. Lots of weird shit been happening in New Zealand. Lots of these stories are from New Zealand. See, it says weird in the weird news though. It has like this, another shooting.
Can you aggregate this by the number of like votes they have next to it on the right?
Oh, okay, let me see.
I don't know if you're able to or not. Find out how to fark.
Oh,
This is really farking funny.
This is farking hilarious.
Farking best.
Does
Yeah,
Fark
I mean,
give a
you can
fark
go to
if we steal their farking algorithm? News?
I guess we'll find out if they give a fark. Oh, there's
I
something
guess.
new.
If they do, fark you.
Fark off. We're doing it anyway.
Oh my god.
Anyways, so yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks for letting us under the hood. We're definitely gonna have to. We might have. I like the natural aggregation where we bring some stories or you bring some articles, but then this manual where we just kind of take who's on the call and dive in and look at some of them is cool too.
Yeah, I think that'll be a good way to do it.
And then the other weeks we can plan our panels, plan our panel discussions.
I thought you were about to say plan our flannels. I was like, is there like a dress code to this thing?
Plan our
Do I need?
No, we're
do I
gonna
need
do
to go
some other panel discussions. We can plan our flannels though. I'm fine with that. But we're gonna do some
whenever they come out with the pumpkin spice lattes again this fall. We'll all first day that's available. You guys can just get some flannel.
I'm game. I want
I'm in
the
Washington.
Steam
I've got it in my
logo.
closet.
I want the Steam logo on my lapel.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
So, Rebecca, you have
Mhm.
to get OBS on your computer. You
Okay.
have to get a D Live account, maybe, but I would start with a Steam account first.
Like Steam, like the game. Like
STEEM.
Oh, okay.
That would be a good account to have. And then figuring out like kind of what platform you want to use to stream, whether you want to use or we use Caster, castr.io, and that allows you to take your own individual feeds for like YouTube, Vim, DLive, Twitch into one. And so you can have one stream come out of your OBS and you put in the Caster stuff and it simulcasts to all of your channels.
Okay.
So like right now mine is on Vim and on YouTube and Sean's streaming strictly to DLive.
Okay. All right. And plus this is VOD, so it'll be
Yep,
and
available
I'm sure there are also tutorials that I could look up
everywhere.
too.
Everywhere. Yep, everywhere. And I would also start with your boyfriend's friend who does it. And then come in here if you have any questions, or come in here on Tuesday nights just because.
Just because?
Yes.
Yay! People like me. Holy crap! I never had friends.
What?
Nope.
Well, you do now on the Steaming Pile, TSP Productions.
Well, I had friends, but like, you know what I mean. Like
I gotcha.
I definitely know.
What did you think of Weird News?
I was not expecting that.
Poor Rebecca. I didn't tell her anything about like
Yeah, you
what
told
we
me
did.
that.
I'm like,
was like, oh my
I'm
god,
like,
dude.
oh,
you
come in.
buy-
I was like, oh my god, what have I gotten myself into?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's the best way.
was like, okay. That's why I was kind of just sitting here like kind of just watching. I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
What have I got? Dear Lord, what have I gotten myself into?
That's what we say every Tuesday.
Yeah, we like to mix it up. But I think doing this regularly Tuesdays, and then we'll plan the panel out for a special day around when we're available and whoever the guest ends up being. Yeah, I've got a couple ideas, so I'll definitely be doing some networking.
Okay.
Now that I've talked it out with you, and we'll finalize a day, the three of us or however many people we get. I think I'm gonna reach out to Yang again, Andrew Yang, but
For
differently.
Sure.
Maybe even through like Crypto Slate, if I could make a deal with like Mitchell to like stream it for the Steaming Pile on behalf of him, like he could interview him even or something.
Mm-hmm.
We'll figure that out. That could be cool. Mm-hmm. That'd be a great panel then, like the future of, yeah. Shit, I just thought of that just now. So
or the panel could be who's going to be the Bitcoin president. I don't know, but I hear what you're saying. Is like
I like what you're saying. Yeah, I hear what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because so there's a different type of feeling in this space around government governance and things like that, and then there's also people that are not in this space that are okay with digital currency and Bitcoin and distributed ledger technology and kind of what's the future of money look like. And so if you put it out, not like who's going to be the U.S. Bitcoin president, but more as like who's going to be the Bitcoin president, we might be able to get different people that have a thought.
Are you saying we'd get different people that would think that it's them? Flesh this out a little bit.
Or that could speak to it, right? So I'm thinking Andrew Yang could be one of them, but we might get Roger Ver on here from Bitcoin Cash, or we might get the guy who created or who started like the group that did the Bitcoin SV type stuff. I don't know.
Might get. How about like who will be the Bitcoin president and what will it look like? Maybe would be like the extrapolation. Like okay, what would they be? But then what is the Bitcoin president would be the larger question. Like, what do we want to see in adoption? What do we want to see in national laws and regulation? That sort of thing. I could see
pitching it to futurists and people that are more trying to be on the cutting edge of technology.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, I could definitely get Crypto Slate behind it and put something together. Yeah, I think Mitchell would like that. That's a good idea. So we'll put that on there too, and we'll just see which one comes together, which one that looks like would come together. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, and that might be something that we need. That might be something like a month or two down. I mean, that might be next month that we do that one. I don't know.
We can give that one time for sure, just to give us a good chance. I mean, Andrew's gonna just be getting more and more busy, so I mean, we can't hold our breath too much for that. So we'll just look for other people too, and if even like last minute he's able to pop in for even a minute, then obviously.
Right. I want to get him on. I want to find a compelling reason to get him on.
I know it's all about the angle, right? He's just got so much he's doing. Mm-hmm. I still feel he's accessible, right? There's still something that feels like he is, and he'd be willing for the right angle. And crypto's definitely that, but we were super niche saying, come and talk about this one thing he probably has never heard of.
Right.
So we'll just expand it a bit and come at him with a different idea, and yeah. Really.
All right.
We'll see.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone who tuned in on my channel. I'm going to get going tonight.
Yeah. This was good. This was perfect. And next week we'll do the same thing. Exactly. Do a little maybe talk before. Maybe I'll have it be only like 15 minutes, and so 45 after is when, 15 till basically. We'll get started with weird news. And if you go to Discord, I don't have it up right now, but if you can find our Discord, we'll start a room there where we'll be dropping weird news clips. So if fans can go in there, and if they see something local or something national that we think we might want to cover, you can throw it in there and we'll look at it and add it to the agenda. And yeah,
excuse me,
can help aggregate weird news.
And Rebecca, I'm going to send you links for creating a Steam account, link to our Discord chat, and a link to OBS.
Okay. All right. Sweet.
All right.
Perfect. All right, guys. Good night.
Nice to meet
Thank
you,
so
Sean.
much. Yeah, thank you so much for coming by.
Yeah, for
hope to
sure.
see you again next week. Yeah, you're always welcome. It was fun to have you. Always have guests in mind, and it's always good to have different, points of view and meet new people. Thank you again. Next week, 6:30, 6:45 for DLive Weird News, or wherever you're watching Weird News. Thank you, and good night, and thank you, everyone.
Good guys and good hand.
All right.
9:30. 9:30 if you're an East Coaster.
Of course.
Or Midwestern before Chicago.
All right, guys. Good night. See you next week. See you in Discord.
Bye.